And to all of you, I also want to thank AIPAC, a very distinguished organization, which I have huge respect for arranging your visit here. I'm the leader of the opposition and the largest party in the opposition, and I want you to know that what this means is that there is a clear political alternative in Israel that aims to lead Israel in a different direction on many national items, similar to agendas that you are presenting. We are adamantly in favor of pursuing the two-state solution with our Palestinian neighbors based on a regional platform. We are adamantly pursuing the idea of social justice, fair economy, and fair society based on the echo of the social protest which was held here 4 years ago in city squares all over the country. I've heard in recent days Prime Minister Netanyahu saying that there is no daylight between me and him, despite the fact that I challenged him in the recent election and that I work daily to topple his government. Well, first of all, that's exactly what we do in the opposition. But there is, I mean, we have major differences on many topics. And on the Iran issue, I have a difference of approach to Netanyahu's approach as to how to deal with the agreement signed between Iran and the P5+1 headed by the United States, and I will explain. There's no difference between us as to the definition of the threat. And it's true, I've said that the agreement with Iran is a bad agreement. Every Israeli patriot would have been worried about this agreement, and I have a major criticism on some aspects of it. First of all, I believe that unleashing a hungry Iranian tiger into the region from the cage is a risk which may destabilize the region and change its balance of power between moderate nations and extreme nations. In addition, the agreement gives legitimization for Iran for the first time becoming a nuclear threshold state within 10 to 15 years, something that is not recognized at this moment. And it's enough for us to see the positive reactions of President Assad of Syria and Hassan Nasrallah, leader of Hezbollah, as to the agreement to understand exactly what I'm talking about. But there is a big but between me and Netanyahu on the following. I have no intention in intervening in American politics. I have no intention of telling you what to vote for. And I have no intention of challenging frontally the White House or the President. I think the relationship between our nations are a key to Israel's national security. And I think that arguments between us and the United States are arguments within the family. And as such, we should set rules of how to manage and how to control this argument and not to cross some lines. Such arguments should not be taken on the balcony in front of all the neighborhood, but rather between ourselves in a frank and open discussion. So at this given moment, I think the role of the constructive role of the leaders within the family on both sides of the ocean is to shift the debate to the Oval Office and see how we deal with containing the risks entailed in the agreement for the better of the region and the world at large. Now is the time to, for example, build a new configuration of deterrence against Iran, headed by the United States and key allies in the region, in a way that will contain Iran from what I've spoken about previously. That means dealing with deep and innate security interests that apply to both Israel and its allies in the region, moderate Arab Sunni states, that see Iran as a grave danger. That can be done by bold dialogue between the parties with the other international powers for fostering and enhancing new security arrangements in the region that will deter Iran. This can be done by enormous upgrade of the relationship, both on diplomatically, politically, militarily, and intelligence-wise between Israel and the United States. And I think it is an opportunity for the United States to lead this new configuration, and I call upon the administration to lead in building up this coalition and making it a coalition of deterrence for future generations in light of the new Iranian threat. So far, what has happened is that our enemies are just enjoying seeing us quarrel and argue, and I think that this is not the right direction to lead the arguments. I would respect the stretched hand of the president, and I would respect that hand when it comes to Israel's security, as the president has shown great support for Israel's well-being and security in his term in office. And together we should enhance the alliance between Israel and the United States in a way that it is clear that whoever hurts Israeli interests hurts American security interests. We do not want to go to war with anyone, and you know that Israel doesn't want to face any battlefront. We had enough of that. What we want is peace. What we want is the well-being of the State of Israel, and what we want is to foster and enhance our democracy here in the Middle East. And to the Iranian leadership, it must be made clear that Israel is here to exist forever. And there's nothing more annoying than to see the Iranian President Rouhani in a split screen saying that the Zionist entity, as he calls us, the Zionist entity will do that or the other. Well, the Zionist entity is Israel. And it's about time that out there in Tehran and anywhere else, including those terrorist leaders in the region who have blood on their hands, will know that Israel is here forever, and there's no power in the world that can change that. And to you, our great friends, thank you for being here with us, for listening to us, for enhancing and fostering the historic bonding between our nations. This is not only a bond between leaders, it is not only between parties, but it is between peoples. We're an ancient nation that believes in saying thank you to those who stand with us. We owe a historical debt of gratitude to the United States and to its peoples, to its leaders, the Democrats and Republicans alike. And this principle must guide us in trying to resolve this argument and conflict, as difficult as it may be, as one solves arguments and conflicts among very, very close, intimate and good friends. And I think that the time that we have will enable us, if we want to come to the right terms and lead the exit from this argument and conflict in the right direction and work together as friends and allies. Thank you all very much. God bless America and God bless Israel. Toda rabah.
Thank you very much, Bougie. We're so pleased to have you here. I will tell you that all of us, however, were shocked that the opposition would oppose. Just for all these members, that's just something that they don't think about, except 24 hours a day. We're so pleased to be here. As you know, this delegation, we come here every couple of years. We come here to recognize the partnership and the deep agreement that we share together on the values of our own societies and the importance of an international community that respects one another's rights and deals with one another in a legal process. Not a process based on terrorism, not a process based upon fear or intimidation, not a process that's based upon military action, but is based upon a peaceful coexistence and recognition of the integrity of each and every one of us, including, of course, the State of Israel, the Jewish State of Israel. And we congratulate you on your leadership. We congratulate you on your family's extraordinary contribution to this country and to those values and to that concept. And we appreciate, of course, as you pointed out, the leadership of AIPAC in making sure, as well as frankly J Street, in terms of educating. And we will have disagreements here. You have disagreements. We're shocked at that, of course, because in our own country, as you have seen, there's almost unanimity in the Congress of the United States on almost every issue. I know if anybody is alive, they know that that's not true. But we appreciate your being here. Our effort is to educate our members, to have the opportunity to speak to and ask questions of, and be informed by those who have the responsibility, who've been elected to the Knesset, who are in the administration, citizens, activists. We were in Ramallah yesterday, meeting with Salam Fayyad, for whom I have a great deal of respect, and I think members who were there found it to be an extraordinarily interesting and important meeting. So we're pleased that you took the time to join us. We will now ask our friends in the press.
I think they want just we and you in front of the podium handshake.